Hello friends, welcome to a new episode of Dristhi IAS Editorial Analysis. In this editorial analysis, we do three things. First of all, we link the editorial to the UPSC syllabus. Secondly, we try to understand the key points of the editorial. And thirdly, if there are any key concepts in the editorial and which are important from exam point of view, we also discuss them. So let us begin today's editorial analysis.
Dear viewer, this video is available in Hindi as well. If you wish to watch it, please visit our Hindi YouTube channel, Drishti IAS. For your convenience, the link for this video in Hindi has been provided in the description below.
We have taken today's editorial from the Hindu and it has come on 22nd of July. The title of the editorial is On the Loose and it says that in West Bengal, the governor must not stray from his constitutional mandate. Now let us look at its linkage with the syllabus. So it links directly with GS paper 2 where we have governance, constitution and polity as important areas of the syllabus. Because it deals with the office of the governor and the role he plays between center and state relations. So it links with functions and responsibilities of the union and the states, issues and challenges pertaining to the federal structure. Also it links to the appointment to various constitutional posts, powers, functions and responsibilities. So after establishing the linkage with the syllabus, now let us look at its key points. Before moving on to the key points of the editorial, let us understand what the issue is all about. So here in the India map we can see the location of West Bengal. And here we should note the states which are neighboring West Bengal are Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, Sikkim, Assam. So West Bengal is sharing border with 5 Indian states and also with Bangladesh. And there has been a lot of political turbulence in West Bengal of late. And especially there has been a lot of confrontation between the Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the Governor Jagdeep Dhankar, who is a lawyer politician from Rajasthan. And basically it boils down to the rivalry between Trinamool Congress and Bharatiya Janata Party as the election to West Bengal Legislative Assembly are due in 2021. And this is not the first time when we are seeing a governor playing a more political role in a state ruled by a party which is not part of the ruling combination at the center. As the governor has a dual role. The governor is the constitutional head of the state and also the agent of the center in the state. So after this background, let us understand the key points of the editorial. So the editorial says that in West Bengal, the governor must not stray from his constitutional mandate. And the constitutional mandate is of a dual role for the governor. One is to act as the constitutional head of the state and the other is to act as a bridge between the center and the state by being an agent of the center. But here by being an agent of the center means the agent of the central government and not of the political party which has formed the government at the center. Now the editorial says that the West Bengal governor, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, has remained in the spotlight by being in open confrontation with the Chief Minister of the West Bengal. And on 20th July, he met the Union Home Minister with a list of complaints against the West Bengal government and also apprised him of the alarming governance situation in the state. The governor also stated that under Article 159 of the Constitution, it was part of his duty to preserve, protect and defend the Constitution. And the editorial also agrees that indeed the governor has a constitutional role to perform. But at the same time, the governor, Mr. Jagdeep Dhankar, appears too enthusiastic to stretch his mandate all the time. And the editorial points out that it is not just with the Chief Minister that the governor is having trouble. The governor has also been in confrontation with the Vice Chancellors, students and Trinamool Congress leaders during his one-year tenure. Also the governor has been too much interested as well as unrestrained in his media interactions, especially using the social media platform Twitter. In fact, he has been so much at loggerheads with the state government that he is being seen as a opposition politician in West Bengal, and which is very unfortunate because the office of governor must be above party politics. And the editorial says that the governor's opinions on the state government and interactions with the state government must be circumscribed by well-established precedents and should draw strength from the constitution. The editorial also underscores that yes, there are concerns regarding governance in the state, as West Bengal has seen a lot of political violence. Also, its response to the COVID-19 pandemic has not been up to the mark, and the state government has been found wanting on various fronts. Also, the editorial states that Miss Mamata Banerjee is a combative politician, but her administrative skills have not matched up to the crisis posed by the COVID-19 pandemic. First of all, West Bengal has been slow in its response to the pandemic. Secondly, the political violence, gruesome crimes, and allegations of police partisanship have been rising in the state. And obviously, the governor has a duty as the constitutional head of the state to raise these issues with the state government. But the manner in which these need to be done and the protocols which need to be followed have not been seen in West Bengal. And the editorial also says that all of these cannot be an excuse for the governor to randomly offer his opinions, and that too publicly. And the governor's actions are being linked with the BJP's desire to win the West Bengal Assembly elections, which are due in 2021. The editorial says that institutions such as the Central Bureau of Investigation, Election Commission, and also the Office of Governor, such institutions need to remain above the political fray. They should not be politicized. But this pattern of interference by the governor of West Bengal raises legitimate concerns. And finally, the editorial suggests that the governor must stay within his constitutionally circumscribed functions. And also the state government should respect the office of the governor and offer all its support to the office of the governor. So this was all in the key points of the editorial. Now let us look at some key concepts. So in key concepts, let us look at constitutional provisions related to office of the governor. So Article 153 of the Constitution says that there shall be a governor for each state. Also, one person can be appointed as governor for 2 or more states, and this has been allowed by the Constitutional Amendment of 1956, the 7th Constitutional Amendment Act 1956. This has allowed that one person can be appointed as governor for 2 or more states, and this is important from prelims point of view. Now, the governor is supposed to act in dual capacity as the constitutional head of the state as well as a representative of the center in the state. And the governor has to act as a bridge between the union and the state governments. And there are only 2 qualifications for a person to become governor as per the Constitution of India. One, he must be a citizen of India. Secondly, he or she must have attained at least 35 years of age. Also, the governor should not be a member of either House of the Parliament or House of the State Legislature, and he should not hold any office of profit as well. The term of governor's office is normally 5 years, but it can be terminated earlier also because governor has a pleasure tenure. He or she holds office during the pleasure of the president, and the pleasure can be withdrawn by the president anytime. So there is no security of tenure for the governor. So the governor can be dismissed by the president on the advice of the Council of Ministers headed by Prime Minister. Also, the dismissal of governor without a valid reason is not permitted. However, it is the duty of the president to dismiss a governor whose acts are upheld by the courts as unconstitutional or mala fide. And the governor can also be removed by his or her resignation. Of late, the office of governor has come under a lot of controversy. But for the smooth functioning of a democratic government, it is important that the governor must act judiciously, impartially, and efficiently. while exercising his discretion and personal judgment. And the recent cases in Goa in 2017, Meghalaya in 2018, Manipur in 2017, and Karnataka in 2018. These cases point to the need to ensure proper checks and balances to streamline the functioning of the office of governor. In all these instances, the governor acted more as a member of the ruling party at the center than as the constitutional head of a state. And in order to enable the governor to successfully discharge his functions under the constitution, an agreed code of conduct approved by the state governments, the central government, the parliament, and state legislature should be evolved. This can be given as a suggestion while you are writing an answer in mains. Also, the procedure for appointment of governors should be clearly laid down, and the conditions of appointment must also be laid down and must assure a fixed tenure for the governor, so that the governor is not under the constant threat of removal by the central government, and that will allow the governor to act independently. Finally, the role of governor is indispensable for the successful working of the constitutional democracy, but he or she must refrain from aligning to any political ideology, and the virtue of impartiality must be enforced to ensure a free and fair functioning of the democratic institutions. So this was all in today's editorial analysis. Now let us look at what kind of questions can be asked in prelims and mains. So in prelims, one can be asked about the office of the governor, what are the important provisions, which are the important articles related to office of the governor. Also, question can be asked about the important Sarkaria Commission of 1988. It was appointed in 1983, but it gave its report in 1988. So it has also suggested some measures for what kind of person should be appointed as governor, and that is very important from exam point of view. One should know that. In mains, the question can be on issues related to the office of governor, and these issues basically arise from the dual role assigned to the office of governor, where the governor is supposed to be the constitutional head of the state as well as an agent of the center, and that sometimes lead to conflict. Also, the pleasure tenure of the governor is also an area of concern, because there is no stability of tenure, so the governor is always dependent on the central government. So questions in mains can be asked on these areas, and the topic of governor is very important both from prelims and mains perspective. So this was all in today's editorial analysis. We'll see you next time with another editorial. Thank you.